Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Draw with Rob. Ooh, with me, Rob. Bit of. For those who don't know who I am, I'm a children's author and a children's illustrator. Maybe you've seen some of my books. This is one of my favourites of the ones that I've written. It's called Grr. It's all about a bear called Fred, a gold medal winning bear called Fred, who loses his growl. It's a fun one, that. This is another one that I wrote a while ago called Kevin, all about an imaginary friend called Kevin. This is Sid here. This is Kevin, his imaginary friend. This one the idea came when my daughter, Kitty, she had an imaginary friend called Kevin, and she described him to me. She said he was vanilla with pink spots, and he's only got one tooth, she said. So I did a little drawing and I wrote the story about him. So that's a nice one. But we are here today to do a drawing together. Now, I have drawn lots of dogs, haven't I, in the past. I've written quite a few books about dogs too. I've written Odd Dog Out, and I've written Dog Gone. And I also, I don't know, some of you who've seen me live, my live event, you will know that I also, because I've got a dog called Ringo. Would you like to see Ringo? Here he is. Here's Ringo, frolicking through the meadow. What a lovely dog. And I do love Ringo. He is lovely. But those of you who have seen my live show, you will know that I also have a cat. Now, my cat has got a very embarrassing name. She is called Catface. I know, silly name, isn't it? It's a very silly name. The reason she's called Catface, she's one of those cats, we didn't get her in a pet shop. She just sort of turned up in our garden one day, quite a long time ago. We think she's quite old, so about 15 years ago she turned up in our garden, maybe slightly less. And we said, oh look, Catface is back again. We just used Catface as a little nickname. And before we knew it, she'd moved in with us. And now she's our cat. And, you know, she's properly our cat. We've got, you know, the papers and everything to say she's our cat. And she's called Catface Bidoff. That is her official name. So it's quite embarrassing when I take her to the vets and they call us in, Catface Bidoff. Everyone looks at me because she's quite a, how to put this kindly, she's sort of quite a round cat. She's quite a big boned cat. She always has been. I think that's just the shape that she is. But she is lovely. She's a very, very lovely, friendly cat. And I've written lots of books about dogs. I've done lots of Draw with Rob episodes featuring various dogs. But I've only done one cat. I did the Furry Purry Bean Cat. Video number 28 if you want to go back and check it out. And that was, I've illustrated a series of books for the author Philip Arder, who wrote a set of books about a cat that he used to own called Furry Purry Bean Cat. So I've done a draw along for her, but I thought today I would do a draw along. It's only fair. I would show you all how to draw my cat, Catface. And it's fun. She's fun to draw. She's lovely. I do love her. I know I talk about Ringo all the time. But, you know, it's just because Ringo's a bit more needy. He needs the attention. He needs the affection. Catface, she's sort of quite self-sufficient, really. But anyway, I thought I'd show you how to draw her today. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper, a pen or a pencil, and then maybe something to colour with a bit later on, although Catface is actually a black cat. She's almost totally black. So you could just use your pencil to shade if you want to draw Catface as she is. But you might want to draw a different cat, because basically I'm going to show you how to draw this cat and you could make it into your cat. But if your cat's a tortoiseshell cat, you could sort of add tortoiseshell pattern. But we'll get to that later, shall we? Right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, this is how Draw with Rob works. I am going to break this drawing down into little bite-sized pieces. I'm going to draw a little bit on my piece of paper here. You pause the video and you copy what I do. Start me up again, I'll draw a bit more. Then you draw, then I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw. And our picture gradually builds and builds until it becomes a final masterpiece, a final work of art. So if you're ready, we are going to begin. Right, Catface. We're going to start towards the top of our piece of paper. I want you to start with a nice, simple, horizontal line. About 6 or 7 centimetres long, something like that. So a lovely, easy start for our drawing. Then at each end of this horizontal line, I want you to draw sort of 2 sides of a triangle. One like that, and one like that. So they're roughly the same size. Now, can you guess which part of the cat this is? That's right, it's the ears. That's an easy question, wasn't it? Of course, we're starting with Catface's ears. Okay, the next thing to do is from the bottom of this ear, so her left ear, the ear to the right of our piece of paper, we are going to come down our page quite a long way down. We're going to head right down sort of towards the bottom of our page. Then as we get down towards the bottom, I just want you to curve around sort of to right angles, but I don't want you to go too far, just to about there. And then when you get there, we are going to draw like a little vertical line at the end. So it's a bit like this is like on the tube map or something. You know, this is a train line and then this is the end of the line. Then at the bottom of this little line here, I want you to draw a tiny little horizontal line, like that. And at the end of that, I want you to do a tiny little vertical line. We're just going to curve around like that. And then I want you to do another horizontal line that just comes a little bit past that vertical that we first drew. And then we're going to go back up. And there we go. The first leg of our cat. Okay, so this bit is going to be basically the tummy. We want to continue on a little bit, not very far, just a centimetre or so. We're sort of going behind that leg. And then we're going to draw the rear leg. Now we're going to draw Catface sitting down. So the rear leg isn't going to be the same as this. It's going to be a slightly different shape. So why don't we start? Let's start with, okay, what we're going to do. So level with this bit here. I want you to draw a sort of nice, quite big curved line that comes up and goes around like that. So it sort of goes 90 degrees but curved. And then at the bottom of that, let's just join that up there. At the bottom of that, I want you to draw another kind of foot shape. So it's going to come out, it's going to go down. But this time, instead of just going along for about a centimetre, we're going to go along quite a long way. We're going to go to about there. So you know when they sit down, they have this sort of shape with their back leg. I'm not very good at talking today, I apologise. I'm not very articulate today. You have to forgive me, viewers. Right, next thing to do is we're going to go back up to this ear here, so her right ear, and we're going to come down a bit like this. We're going to start by coming down here, but then when we get to about here, we're going to start doing a nice curvy shape. We're going to come out like that, and we're going to go around. We're going to go back towards this point, but two things. I'm going to add some little sort of zigzags. You know, I like to do that to make our drawing look quite furry, because Catface is a very fluffy, strokable, furry cat. So I'm just going to add a little bit of texture there in her back, but I'm going to stop there. So I'm going to leave a back. I'm going to leave a gap at the bottom of her back, and that's because we need to add her lovely big fluffy tail. This is how we do that. So from this bottom point here, we are going to come out, curl around. We're going to head right back up the page, quite high up. She's got quite a nice big tail. And we're going to curve around here. I'm going to add a couple of those zigzags just to suggest that this is a nice furry tail. And we're going to come around like that. So that's a little bit tricky. It's like a sort of reverse S shape. We go up and around, and we stop about there. And from this point, we're going to curve around nicely. It's quite fat at the end, this tail. And we're just going to follow it back around like that. And we're going to come right back and join up with that line there. So there is Catface's silhouette. As you can see, she's quite a sort of chunky cat. Now we need to add another leg here. So what we do, we're going to copy this shape, but we're going to do it tucked in behind. So we're going to come down, we're going to go slightly higher up just to suggest that it's in the background a bit. But essentially we're going to draw the same leg shape again, like that. Can you see? It makes it look like she's sort of sitting. And then what we can do here, we just add 3 little lines. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for little claws, and we do one here as well on the back leg. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Catface is really starting to take shape. We've basically done her silhouette now, haven't we? Okay, Now she has got lovely big eyes, Catface, so shall we give our cat drawing some eyes? What I want you to do is right up the top here, I want you to draw on the right hand side, quite close to the edge, I want you to draw a nice big circle like that. Mine's about 2 centimeters in diameter, something like that. And let's do one right on the other side as well. So we're going to start right, same distance away, and we're going to try and get it to be pretty much the same size. There we go. Don't worry if it's not exactly the same size, mine isn't. As I always say, the little imperfections are what give our drawing a bit of character. I'm just going to change pens to a slightly thinner one here because I've got to do a bit of detail. Okay, so the next thing to do is inside this eye, we're going to draw another circle like that. And inside that, we are going to draw, I'm going to do something slightly different. Being Cat, I do with just round pupils, but I'm going to do Catface's pupils like this. So a curved line and a curved line. So it's sort of like a, I'm not sure what you call that shape. I don't know what that shape's called. It's like a sort of sunflower seed shape, isn't it? And we're just going to, what I'll do actually, I'm going to add a little circle up here like that, and then I'm going to colour in around it. So I'm going to leave a little highlight, just a little glistening like that, because she has got very sparkly eyes, Catface. Let's do the same here. So remember, first of all, we draw another little circle, then we do a curved line that goes from the top to the bottom, and then another one that side. Little circle towards the top and colour in around it. And there we go. 2 catty eyes. Let's give her some little eyelashes, shall we? Just little tiny lines, I think, around her eye. I'm going to go all the way around, but I'm just doing very tiny ones, like that, just to give that eye a bit of a detail. Just to suggest that she's got very pretty eyelashes, because she has, you see. There we go. Okay, the next thing, we need to give her a nose. So we're going to do, the way I draw my cats is like this. I do the noses sort of quite high up. So I'm going to start with a little horizontal line in between the eyes, right at the top. And then I'm going to join it up in a sort of triangle shape. An upside down triangle, if you like that. Then from the bottom of that triangle, we do a little vertical line. And then we just add a little smiley mouth at the bottom, like that. And then a few little dots for whiskers, 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. And there we go. Really does look like Catface, I have to say. And then another detail, just inside the ear, I want you to draw a little triangle inside that one, and a little triangle inside that one. And then for whiskers, I'm just going to do the whiskers just coming out the side of her head, of her sort of cheek area, like that. There we go. That's Catface. She's cool, I like her. She's a nice little character, I think. Now, it's time to colour in now. So remember I said earlier, Catface is a black cat. My cat is a black cat. She's got a tiny little tuft of white on her tummy, but hardly any at all. So I'm going to colour mine black. I'm not just going to colour it in solid black, I'm going to use a bit of watercolour so you can still see a bit of detail here and there, and I might add some fur texture in pencil afterwards once it's dried. But remember, you can do yours any colour you like. So maybe you want to draw a ginger cat, or a tabby cat, or as I said, a tortoiseshell cat. Anything you like. You can even just add any kind of pattern or colour to your cat. It can be a fantasy cat, if you like. You do whatever you like. The rules are, there ain't no rules. I'm going to go to super speed mode to do my colouring. So I will see you back here 20 or 30 seconds. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. There we go. There is my finished portrait of my cat, Catface. I'm not sure what she would make of this. I think she'd probably quite like it. She's a very, very purry cat. She's one of those cats, she really loves it when you make a fuss of her, so she quite often, she'll climb up onto my lap and I'll give her a big stroke, but do you know what, she's a quite dribbly cat, and when you're stroking her, she sort of she purrs away, but she sort of dribbles. So it's like, ooh, yuck. So you always have to have a bit of a wash after you've stroked her, because she sort of like drools, because she likes it so much. But she's a very, very lovely and friendly cat. She really likes my youngest daughter, Poppy. She quite often sleeps on Poppy's bed with her. So she is a lovely cat. And I should have drawn her a long time ago, I think. I feel slightly bad that it's taken me so long, but there we go, here we are. And oh, I forgot one thing. I'm gonna give her some little eyebrows. Now our eyebrows are gonna be floating up here above her eyes, because we can do that in cartoons, can't we? We can have little floaty eyebrows. There we go, it just makes it look a little bit kind of happier. I'm gonna sign my drawing down here. Whoop. Rob, there we go. I'll add a little X. Don't forget to sign your drawing so everybody knows who created this wonderful work of art. And I really can't wait to see all of your little drawings, because I anticipate you doing lots of different types of cat, different coloured cats, and I really am looking forward to seeing them. So what you need to do is take a picture of your drawings, or get your grown-up to take a picture of your drawings and post it on social media using this hashtag here, Draw with Rob. That's the way the best way probably for me to see it. And I'm really looking forward to it. And who knows, maybe your drawing will make the grid. And certainly when I get your drawings and I put them all in the grid, and I promise you I will show them all to Catface and I'll let you know what she thinks of them. Does that sound like a good plan? Jolly good. Right, I've had a really nice time showing you how to draw my little cat. I hope you've enjoyed it too. I'm going to be back very soon with another episode of Draw with Rob. I tell you what you should do. If you're watching on YouTube, you should subscribe to my channel, because that's the best way of finding out when a new video goes up, because you get sent a little message when a new video goes up. So why don't you, if you're watching on YouTube, go on, just press that subscribe button. Then you will never miss an episode of Draw with Rob. Good little tip for you. Okay, everybody, I'm going to be back soon. Take care, everyone. Keep on drawing, keep on practicing, and be nice to your cats. See you soon. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, I'm back and I'm here to tell you about something super exciting. I know lots of you have enjoyed my Draw with Rob activity books. Well, guess what? We've got a brand new one and it's out now, and it's called Draw with Rob, Build a Story. And as the title suggests, this one is all about telling you how to build your own stories, how to write them, how to illustrate them. We're going to think about characters, how to choose your good guys and your bad guys. We're going to think about where you set your stories, very important. When you set your story, is it going to be in the past, set in the past, or in the future, present day? We're going to talk about how to structure your story. We need to give it a good beginning, middle, and end. What about plot twists? Unexpected things happen in your story. It's all covered in this book here. And we've also got our regular draw-alongs, loads of draw-alongs in this one, lots of puzzles, lots of colouring. It's super fun. Every single page is perforated, so once you've done your little draw-along like this one of a unicorn, you draw it in the frame here and you tear that page out and you stick it up on the wall. That's super cool, isn't it? And guess what? Right at the end, we've even got lots of blank pages like that for you to write your own story and illustrate your own story, and then you can put the whole thing together. Look, you put your own story together like that, and then you've made your own book. You don't need me anymore. So listen, I'm super proud of this book. I'm pretty sure you're going to really, really enjoy it. And guess what? It's out now. You can get it from wherever you buy your books. Okay, so listen, I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to see you really soon for another episode of Draw with Rob. Bye everyone.